Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Danielle if you're new, and I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and Mercari. Today is Wednesday, which means a brand new What's a Wednesday video is here. If you're new and you're not exactly sure what What's a Wednesday is, this is a video I release every Wednesday and I go through my sales from the previous week, talk about them more in depth, what sold, what I paid for it, where I got it, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in seeing my sales from last week, go ahead and keep watching and let's jump right in. We are going to jump right in and start with August 29th. The first sale I made was a Mercari sale, and this was an Athleta Pacifica contour top in green. This sold for $30 with a selling fee of $3 and a processing fee of $1.17, and then I was left with $25.83. I got this from a flip consignment lot, and a lot of you guys are asking what that is in my comments in my previous videos. If I ever say I got something from a flip lot or a flip consignment lot, that just means I have used the app Flip and I have basically a consignment lot from someone and I'm selling it for someone else. So in the end, I do have to split the profit that I do make with my client, but it still does make a profit for myself and a profit for my client. But I just wanted to clarify that at the beginning. If I say anything came from a flip lot, it just means it is a consignment item. This top took about 1.5 months to sell. It sold pretty fast. I believe I had relisted it and then it sold right after I relisted it. I had a couple other Pacifica contour tops from Athleta. They all sold pretty quickly, and this one ended up selling for $30 and I ended up listing it for $30. So it sold really fast and it sold out right, so I'm very happy with the sale. Next up is a Poshmark sale, and this is a pair of Cabby 3045 slim boyfriend distressed jeans in a size 16. These sold for $39 with a Poshmark fee of $7.80, and then I was left with $31.20. These I got from the thrift store for about $3.50. They took less than a month to sell, which is amazing. I love selling Cabby, particularly the new tag Cabby. I usually don't sell or pick up the old tag Cabby. The newer tag is like a square and the older tag is, I believe, like a rectangle. I find that the newer Cabby pieces do really well. Their jeans tend to sell anywhere between like 30 and 45 for me. So I can pretty much get at least 30 for all of them, if not more, usually more. So 39 was great. I believe I had them listed at 45 originally, so 39 was very reasonable. And next up is another Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Miss Me Flare Stretch Vintage Jeans in a size 27. These sold for $36 with a Poshmark fee of $7.20 and a shipping discount of $1.50, and then I was left with $27.30. These are from a flip lot. Once again, they took 3 months to sell. These actually sold, I think, right after I ended up relisting the whole lot after we extended the selling period. And these, I mean, Miss Me's are not I don't really love selling Miss Me's. I find they just don't really move quickly for me. They also don't really move for a lot. When I first started reselling, I know everyone picked up Miss Me's and they were like, everyone wanted to sell them. I just haven't ever loved Miss Me's. I didn't sell them when they were popular and I don't really sell them now. So I don't know if I'll be selling Miss Me in the future. I think it's one of the brands that I will probably stop picking up. And next is another Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Knox Rose black velvet striped joggers. These sold for $19 with a Poshmark fee of $3.80 and then a shipping discount of $1.50, and then I was left with $13.70. These were from my JOMAR wholesale passes palette. They took about 4.5 months to sell. If you're new, you're probably not aware of the JOMAR wholesale palette that I ordered. It was just a passes palette, which means they passed from it and it was just a big giant palette of a bunch of random stuff. And this was one of the items in it. It didn't sell for a ton, but it did make a profit and it's going towards the profit of the palette, so I'm okay with it, and I got pretty much what I thought I'd get for them. And the last sale for August 29th was a pair of Tom's Desert Wedge lace-up booties in a size 8. These sold for $31 with a Poshmark fee of $6.20, and I offered a shipping discount of $1.50, and then I was left with $23.30. These are from another flip lot. They took less than a month to sell, so they sold pretty quick. As you can see, these did sell via offers to likers. I try to send that out every 2 weeks or so. I do use Posture VA to share and send out offers on my whole closet. These sold pretty fast. I like Tom's shoes. I find that they sell pretty well for me, and I've sold their sneakers, I've sold their wedge booties. I mean, I've sold a few different kinds of shoes from them, and I pretty much like them all. They don't always sell for a ton, but I do find they sell for at least 25 or more each time. So I do enjoy picking up Tom's, and this was a great sale. Moving on to August 30th, the first sale I made was a Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Cole Haan women's ballet flats in black. These were in a size 8.5. They sold for $45 with a Poshmark fee of $9 and a shipping discount of $1.50, and then I was left with $34.50. These were from a flip lot. Again, they also took less than a month to sell. I believe these were from the same lot. Cole Haan is hit and miss for me. Sometimes it takes forever to sell, and then sometimes it actually sells pretty fast. It just depends on the style and condition and size, and all those factors kind of go into it. These were just a really classic black ballet flat, and that's why I think they sold really fast. Also size 8.5, it's kind of in the middle, it's a popular size. So I was very happy with this sale, and then of course it sold offers to likers. So I was very happy to move them quickly, and I think it was a great sale. And next is another Poshmark sale. This is a Zara brand new with tag soft touch dress in beige. This one is size large. It sold for $36 with a Poshmark fee of $7.20 and a shipping discount of $1.50, and I was left with $27.30. This dress, I actually really liked this dress. I think it was really on trend and on style, and it is also from a flip lot, and it took just under a month to sell. So this sold extremely fast as well, but this dress did sell via offers to likers again. $36 is a great price. I think I had it listed originally at $40, so $36 was very reasonable. And next up is a pair of Nike men's Court Vision Low sneakers in gray. These were in a size 8.5. They sold for $49 with a Poshmark fee of $9.80, and then I was left with $39.20. These I got at the thrift store for $7. They took about 2 months to sell. I really enjoy selling Nike sneakers, or really any sneakers at that matter. I just really like to sell sneakers. They're super easy to photograph, and just everything about them is so easy. These ended up selling at $49, which I listed them at $49, and they sold for $49. I am very happy with the sale. They sold pretty fast, and they still had a great profit margin since I paid $7. This was not a style of Nike I'd ever sold before, and when I looked up the comps at the thrift store, they were kind of all over the place, and I kind of took a chance on them, and I was like, I'll just get them, list them a little high, and see how they do. And they ended up selling outright for $49, so I cannot complain, and I am very happy with the sale. And next up is another Nike piece. This is a pair of brand new with tag women's Dry City core running shorts in a size medium. These sold for $22 with a Poshmark fee of $4.40, and then I was left with $17.60. These were also from a flip lot. They took about a month to sell, so pretty fast. Nike shorts are just not really a great mover for me. They used to sell okay, but I feel like they just sit now. And these were new with the tag, which is why I thought they would still do pretty well, which they did. I originally had them listed at $28. Received, I think she did a couple lower offers, and I was stuck at $22 as my lowest I'd go. So I was happy with moving them at $22, and they sold it pretty fast, so I can't complain. And the last sale on August 30th was a Mercari sale. This is a Patagonia women's quarter zip jacket, and this sold for $36 with a selling fee of $3.60 and a processing fee of $1.34, and then I was left with $31.06. It was again from a flip lot. It took just over a month to sell, so it sold pretty fast. I don't really sell a lot of Patagonia, it's because I don't really find it often. I know it's a good brand to sell. I just don't ever find it in really good condition and for a good price. So this was from a flip lot, and I think it sold okay. I definitely wanted a little more for it, but since it was sold on Mercari, I do take a little bit lower offer on Mercari because their fees are just a tad bit lower than Poshmark. So this I had listed originally at $45, and then I got an offer for $36. I did sit on it for a little bit, and I wondered if I should counter, but I ended up just accepting it to just move it quickly and make room for more flip items. And moving on to August 31st, the first sale I made was a Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Joe's jeans, the skinny jeans in the wash Nadia. These were in a size 27. They sold for $35 with a Poshmark fee of $7, and then I was left with $28. These jeans I got from the thrift store for $3, and they took about 6 months to sell, so they did sit for a little bit, but they still had a really great profit margin because I got them for so cheap. Joe's jeans are another hit and miss brand for me. I find sometimes it sits, sometimes it sells fast. It just kind of varies. I find they sell anywhere between like 30 and 40, so I still do get a good amount for them, but I usually don't pay more than like maybe $5 for them. I'm also really picky with the styles. If it's not an in-style pair of jeans, I probably won't buy it. This is just a classic skinny jean, which are never going to go out of style. I know people are like, ew, skinny jeans are out. Skinny jeans are never going out of style, so skinny jeans are always a jean to pick up, and these ended up selling okay. They took a little bit, but it was still a really great sale. And next up is actually one of my favorite sales from last week. It's by the brand, and I don't even know if this is how you say it. I butcher names all the time. It's called Imogene and Willie. I don't know how to say it, but this brand I love. Okay, let me tell you about the sale. This is called the Imogene Slim Dark Wash Jeans. These were in size 25. They sold for $85 with a Poshmark fee of $17, and then I was left with $68. This brand is definitely a BOLO brand, like 100%. Be on the lookout for this brand. These jeans are from a flip lot, and they took about 3 weeks to sell, and as you saw, size 25, and they sold for $85. So this is where I always say I don't like jeans that are size 24, 25, 00, but I pick them up still, and I still sell them because they still sell well. Sometimes they sit. These did not sit. This brand I actually first discovered from a JOMAR box, and from that moment on, I was always looking for it, and this was from a flip lot, so obviously I didn't source it myself, but this is definitely a brand I would keep your eyeballs peeled for. And next is a pair of Franco Starto tan suede block heel flats. These were in a size 9.5. They sold for $18 with a Poshmark fee of $3.60, and then I was left with $14.40. These I've had for a very, very long time. I don't know how much I paid for them. They took forever. It's one of those things that I've had for a really long time. So when I got an offer, I accepted whatever offer came my way. I got an offer for $18, immediately accepted. It wasn't the worst offer. It wasn't super reasonable, but it wasn't the worst. And with items that I've had for this long, I just accept whatever offer comes my way. The other day I messed up and didn't do that on an item, and then I lost out on the sale. And I learned a lesson for like the 5th time. Sometimes you just are a little extra greedy and it loses you the sale. So this time I did not do that. I'm very happy I don't have to look at these anymore. Franco Starto is a brand I do pick up, but I'm picky with it now. I don't pick up all Franco Starto. It does sell well for me sometimes, but this sale was not great. And the last sale for August 31st was a Fabletics Bryce tank in black. This was in a size medium. It sold for $20 with a Poshmark fee of $4, and then I was left with $16. This Fabletics tank top I got from the thrift store for $2. It took about 5 months to sell, so I'm pretty happy with it. I don't pick up all Fabletics. It has to be pretty cheap, and mostly I pick up leggings. Shirts are a little bit hard. I won't always pick them up, but for $2, you can't really go wrong. Fabletics usually does it pretty well for me, and as you can see, still had a good profit margin, even though it only sold for $20, but I got it for $2, so still a great profit margin. And moving on to September 1st, first sale was a Poshmark sale. This is an Ariat Alley Luddington waffle knit pullover in a size large. This sold for $30 with a Poshmark fee of $6, and then I was left with $24. This I got from the thrift store for $2.50. It took about 9 months to sell, so it did sit for a little bit. If you're not aware, Ariat Alley is sometimes sold at Anthropologie. I don't think it's always sold at Anthropologie, but that is where I know it from. And this pullover was really cute. I really liked the style. I thought it was so cute, but clearly no one else did with me. I think I had it listed at $40 originally, and I would keep getting like $25 offers, and it was just not where I wanted to be. So when I finally received an offer for $30, I went ahead and accepted. I thought it was pretty reasonable, and I couldn't move it, and I'd had it for 9 months, so I just went ahead and accepted. Still had great profit margin, but I do wish it would have sold a little faster. And the last sale on September 1st was a pair of Cole Haan men's Grand Cross Court tan sneakers in a size 10.5. These sold for $60 with a Poshmark fee of $12, and then I was left with $48. These were from a flip lot. These took like 1 day to sell. These sold extremely fast, and typically Cole Haan sits a little bit for me, so I was extremely surprised when these sold that fast. They also sold outright, meaning I listed them for $60 and they sold for $60, which is also very surprising because typically I price my items just a little on the higher side to just receive some offers, and these actually just ended up selling for $60. So very surprised with the sale, and of course I had great profit, and I'm very happy with it. And moving on to September 2nd, I had one little lonely sale on September 2nd. This was a Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Fry Melissa button knee-high leather boots in a size 8.5. These sold for $60 with a Poshmark fee of $12, and then I was left with $48. These were from a flip lot again. These took about 2 months to sell. They sold pretty fast. They could have sold faster. Fry is a hard brand for me because I've tried it over and over and over again. It just doesn't seem to sell super quick or for a lot. I feel like a ton of resellers talk about Fry and how it sells for so much and it sells so well for them. I do not have the same experience with Fry. Sometimes it sells really well. Like I've had a pair of Fry boots sell extremely fast, and then I've had a pair of Fry boots sit for a very, very long time. I guess it depends on just everything, the size, the style, all of it. But these ended up selling for $60. I think I had them listed at maybe $85 originally, and I didn't want to accept $60. But I had a feeling if I didn't accept $60, I probably wouldn't have gotten another offer for a while. And I figured $85 was probably too much to be asking for them because I couldn't move them. So I was okay with $60. I have another pair in my closet just like this style that I also can't move. So $60 was reasonable. I just accepted, and it's not terrible. It could be better, but it's not a bad sale. And moving on to September 3rd, the first sale I made was a Poshmark sale. This is an Athleta dark gray studio wrap open front cardigan in a size extra, extra small. This sold for $35 with a Poshmark fee of $7, and then I was left with $28. This I got from the thrift store. I paid $8.50 for this cardigan, which is a little too much. Looking back now, I probably paid that much because I probably didn't find much in that trip, which I've learned lessons about. I had this cardigan for about 9 months, so it sold in 9 months. So I paid a little too much, and it sat for a little bit, so it's not a great combination. I think I had this listed at maybe $45 originally, and it had like no interest, no one wanted it, nothing. So when I got an offer for $35, I just accepted because I was, first of all, wanting to make some sales because my sales week wasn't the best. And then 2, I had it for a little bit, and it cost me $8.50, so I wanted to get rid of it. Obviously, I still did profit, but I would have wanted to either pay a little less or I would have wanted to get a little more for it. And next is a pair of Madewell, the perfect vintage high-rise jeans in a size 27. These sold for $40 with a Poshmark fee of $8, and then I was left with $32. These were from a flip lot. They took about 1.5 months to sell. These sold really fast. I had these listed at $50 originally, and I actually received quite a few offers before this one for like $25 and $30, and in my head I knew I wanted at least $40 for them. So I had sent out offers. That's when I made all those other sales. So I had sent out an offer for these, and then I received an offer back a few days later of $40, and I went ahead and accepted because in my head I knew $40 was the lowest amount I'd take, and it was still reasonable and with the comps and all that stuff. So when I received a $40 offer, I definitely accepted. It was very reasonable, and they moved pretty quickly, and I'm happy with the sale. And next is a Mercari sale, and this is a Burberry Brit red Nova Cuff t-shirt. This sold for $68 with a selling fee of $6.80 and a processing fee of $2.27, and then I was left with $58.93. This top was from a flip lot, and it took about a day to sell, which surprised me a lot. I did not expect, for one, for it to sell on Mercari, and for 2, I didn't expect for it to sell that fast. It was a really cute top, and it definitely like screamed Burberry, but I was a little iffy. One, it didn't have a size tag, so I had to measure it and then do sizing, which I hate doing that, but it ended up selling really fast. I think I had it listed for $85 originally, and I did want to counter on the $68 offer I received, but I started thinking it's on Mercari, the fees are a little bit less, still in my estimates, still a really good price, and it wasn't too far off of $85. Like, it was a little off, but it wasn't like a really lowball offer, so I decided to go ahead and accept. I'm really happy that I did, and this was a great sale, and I'm very happy with it. And the last sale for September 3rd was another Mercari sale. Mercari kind of picked it up towards the end of the week. This was a pair of Ariat Babydoll Western boots. These sold for $55 with a selling fee of $5.50 and a processing fee of $1.90, and then I was left with $47.60. Ariat is a brand I've really come to like, and even though a couple of their things, like these boots, are not really my personal style and I don't really love them, I know that they sell pretty well, so I don't mind picking them up ever. These boots were from a flip lot. They took about 4 to 5 days to sell, so extremely, extremely fast. I want to say I had them listed at maybe 65, 60. I had them listed a little higher than 55, but of course on Mercari I do take a little bit lower offer, and it still had a really great profit margin, and I'm very happy with the sale. And finally, moving on to the last day, September 4th, the first sale I made was a Mercari sale, and this is a Banana Republic black Sloan dress pants. These sold for $26 with a selling fee of $2.60 and a processing fee of $1.05, and then I was left with $22.35. These I got from my JOMAR wholesale passes palette, and I had like a big chunk of stuff from that palette that was sitting, and it was mostly Banana Republic stuff. And if you know me and you've been watching my channel for a while, you know Banana Republic and I do not have a great relationship. I don't love Banana Republic. But since I got all the stuff in my palette, I still wanted to list it. And I waited a little bit to get everything else listed, like the better stuff first. And then I finally got around to listing these things, like I think last week or something. And these actually sold in less than 24 hours. So this just goes to show if you have things sitting around, you need to list them because they could sell just as fast. These I had listed at $30. Someone offered $26, immediately accepted. Amazing offer, super reasonable, and they sold really fast. And they went towards the profit of my palette, so I can't be mad. And next up is a Poshmark Sale, and this is an American Eagle white cowl neck cropped sweater in a size extra small. This sold for $22 with a Poshmark fee of $4.40, and then I was left with $17.60. This sweater also came from my JOMAR Wholesale Passes palette, and it took about 4 months to sell. I think that this sold pretty quick. American Eagle, I'm very, very picky with when I'm sourcing it, and this was in my palette, so obviously I didn't get to pick it. But it still sold for $22, which is a great price for an American Eagle sweater. I think I had this listed for $28 originally, and I received an offer for $22, and I immediately accepted. So I love this sale. I think it was a great sale. It sold super fast, and it went towards the profit of my palette. And next up is another Poshmark Sale. This is by the brand Joseph Siebel. These were a pair of Caspian trainers. These were in a size Europe 39. These sold for $40 with a Poshmark fee of $8, and then I was left with $32. These shoes are from a flip lot. It took about 1.5 months to sell, so pretty fast. This is actually a new to me brand introduced to me through my consignment client, and I didn't know what this brand was, and when I looked it up, comps were kind of all over the place, and I think I had these listed at maybe 45, maybe higher. I can't really remember what exactly I had them listed at. But when I received an offer for 40, I thought it was reasonable and went ahead and accepted. I'm trying to unlock some more flip items, so I'm just trying to move some flip stuff pretty quick. So I was happy. These sold pretty fast, and it was a great sale. And next up is another one of my favorite sales from last week. This is a pair of Birkenstock women's blue Boston clogs in a size 9. These sold for $75 with a Poshmark fee of $15, and I was left with $60. These were also from a flip lot. They took about 3 weeks to sell, and these had a ton of interest. These actually sold via an offer, and I have to say, I'm loving the Poshmark feature where if someone makes an offer on an item, it notifies everyone who's liked the item, because that is how this sale was made. Someone made an offer, and then someone else made another offer, and I basically just chose the higher of the two. And I had these listed originally at $90, which was a little on the higher side. And I received 2 offers for $70 and $75, so I went ahead and accepted the $75 offer. $15 off. It's a good discount for them, but it's not super low or too low for me. But these sold extremely fast. Is this my first pair of Birkenstocks I've sold? I'm pretty sure this is the first pair I've sold. And I'm hooked on them. I think they bring a lot of good traffic to my closet, and they had a ton of great interest, and I'm very happy with this sale. And then moving on to the last sale from last week. This is a Banana Republic men's graphic shawl collar cardigan in a size large. This sold for $30 with a Poshmark fee of $6, and then I was left with $24. This I got for free. I think I got it at the beginning of this year actually. And like I said, like that palette stuff that was sitting, this was also sitting in my, I guess, death pile or money pile, as some people call it. I try not to have a death pile, but that's very hard sometimes. But this, I actually listed it for, I want to say $38. And then within 24 hours, one day, I had an offer for $30, and I immediately accepted because, first of all, it was free, and I don't need to be greedy. Second of all, it had been sitting in my death pile for so long, and then I also had a stain on the sleeve, so $30 was very reasonable for what the item was and everything. I had this sitting for so long, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do with this stupid cardigan thing? And lo and behold, it was men's for one, which I didn't know before I looked it up, and 2, it sold within a day. So if you think something's not worth much or it's not going to sell fast, list it anyways, because you have no idea what people are searching for. Alright guys, that was it for this week's What's a Wednesday video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know what your favorite sale was down below. I had so many from last week. I liked the Nikes, I liked the Cole Haan shoes, the Fry boots, I liked the $85 jeans, I liked the Birkenstocks. There was just so many sales that I liked from last week. I didn't have a ton of sales last week, but I still did have an okay sales week. So I hope you guys also had a great sales week last week and this week. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for next week's What's on Wednesday video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next week.